his keep, let's put it that way.
That's what I'm saying, he can.
He can, by getting the advertisers.
Yes, yes.
Okay, well, we'll talk to him, but that's all we can do. It depends on him.
So now, when I look at you, I look like this. I don't turn my chair, is it?
You can
live and waiting, so.
Okay, welcome to Yo Soy Neighborhoods. Watch that little clip.
Good afternoon, Chief Dryer. I'm doing pretty good. My name's Edna Collins. I'm with Yo Soy Media, and today you're having a wonderful, what is this?
This is just a gathering of supporters for me in different parts of the city. Not all of them, obviously, but Monica Diaz put out an invite to individuals who would like to support my campaign financially or just be here to show their support. And so I'm touched. This is a huge turnout for a last-minute event. And, I've got many more ahead, but this one means a lot to me.
Super. That's a surprise to you. Wonderful.
Yeah, it is.
So people do support me.
Yeah, well, you know what I'm finding in Fresno? There are a lot of great people. And I know that because being the police chief all these years, I've been in neighborhoods throughout Fresno. I've made a lot of contacts, southern part of the city and on the northern part. But really a lot of my contacts have been on the southern part of the city, West Fresno, Central Fresno, and Southeast. And these are the folks that I really want to make sure that we are beautifying their neighborhoods. We're making a difference in those corridors where their businesses are. And we're already seeing that on Blackstone Avenue, where the business owners come together and clean up, take ownership. I want that throughout Fresno, and I also want to make sure that we're continuing to provide a high level of public safety for these people, because that is the bottom line in Fresno, quality of life.
Yes. Get it back to where it was before when I was a kid. One of the things the question I would have for you, as soon as you become mayor, what is your number one top priority do you feel you would hit?
Well, the number one priority is going to be well before I'm the mayor, and I'm going to be spending time in each and every one of the departments once I get elected, even before I assume office, and that is spending a week or so in each and every department from the line level up to learn all I can, to see what things need to be improved, what things are working well, quite frankly, what things need to be completely revamped so that we can provide a better service to our community. And then the other thing is just I'm on a listening tour right now. I'm meeting with business owners and developers and residents. I plan on walking a lot of neighborhoods. But when I get in office, I really want to focus on not only public safety, creating an environment where businesses feel that they want to be here, and then outside businesses come here, provide jobs, that we have an environment where we can relocate certain businesses that provide a lot of jobs, job creators. And it's also important that we do beautify these neighborhoods. Some of the streets and the sidewalks that need repair, they're dilapidated. And then the homeless problem is one of the things that I think we really need to tackle in Fresno from a comprehensive approach. The things that drive homelessness in our city are really drug addiction, alcohol addiction, people that have mental health issues, abandoned veterans, as well as domestic violence victims that don't have a place to turn to. They end up out there on our streets. We have to address the root cause of the problem of homelessness and not the symptom.
That's correct. Also,
Fresno. You were just, my name's Edna Collins. Company is Yo Soy Media Inc. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in today. We're back in the studio. You were just watching a little clip of the first fundraiser for Jerry Dyer as mayor. We have our guest here to explain why and how this came about. So let's go on with that. We want you to become a Fresno crime fighter. Any of you folks that are in business, we have some major streets, we have Shaw. Crime is all over our city. I was very, very sad when I came back after 32 years to find that every part of Fresno was kind of run down. And we need to take our city back, and this is the first step. So today I have AJ Rasimi. He's with the Central Blackstone Area Merchants Association. He organized this association, I think, within the last couple of years now.
Yes.
So, AJ, give me a little background. How did you pick Fresno as your home?
By mistake.
By mistake? Seriously? Where were you going?
No, actually, I was retired, living in Simi Valley, and I've always been in the car wash business. And then somebody called me and said, "Hey, there's a car wash over here." I said, "Okay, I go by the car wash one more time."
Okay.
So this is basically how I came to Fresno.
Okay, so you were in Simi Valley.
Yes.
And you came and bought a car wash here, but you had a
Yes.
car wash over there.
I sold the car wash, and I was actually retired, just doing investments.
Yeah.
And then I decided, okay, I'll do one more car wash.
Oh, okay. Well, I know you have, what are your businesses that you have?
Well, I've been in car wash business for a very long time, about 35 years, but I also have a software company that we do a loyalty program for businesses. It's a CRM software that we automate the marketing for the business. So we say, keep on doing what you do best. You've excellent work inside your business, and let us work on your business. We can automate all the marketing for you.
Okay, and then you wrote a couple of books too?
Yes, I've written 3 books. I travel and I speak and I consult businesses too.
Okay, what other language do you speak?
Not many, 7 languages.
7? Which ones
Yes.
are they?
Arabic, French, English, Spanish, Lebanese dialect. Those are very good. And then Portuguese and Italian.
Oh, you like the Latin languages.
Once
you
you
go.
learn a couple languages when you're a kid, it's easy to learn other languages.
Right,
Because all Latin are really very similar.
Yes, they are. They are. And America, we as Americans, we need to learn more languages. And the world, most
Yes.
people speak more than 2 or
Yes,
3
yes, yes.
languages.
See, my kids were born over here, and they speak very good English.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
That's it? And where were you born?
In Africa, in West Africa.
Really?
So when people ask me where I'm from, I say African American.
Very good for you.
But actually, my parents are Lebanese, so I'm actually Lebanese, but born in Africa.
Yeah, that's a wonderful group of people. I love the food.
But ultimately, I'm American.
Well, yes, we all are
Yes,
American.
yes, yes.
And that's what we need to really convey to our people today, is that we're all diverse, we're all different kinds of people, but we're coming together for one thing.
Yes.
Because of freedom. We want to have freedom of choice, freedom to elect our leaders, freedom to say, okay, we're paying you to carry out our request. Okay? And so this brings us to talking about your Central Blackstone Area Merchants Association. And when I listened to you and the chief speak the other day, I thought, this is really a good idea for all of our very busy areas, Shaw, all of them, because crime is all across the city. We have limited police officers. The chief of police, Jerry Dyer, has done very well considering the limiting numbers of officers. He's empowered himself with using a lot of like computers and software programs. So that's working smart. That's using our money smart. And actually, if we can zero in on some good processes, we can keep that a small PD and use all these softwares, and we ourselves as citizens need to keep an eye out. So you explain to everyone, when you put this association together, you went to your neighboring businesses and say, you have the same problem? What were the problems you guys were having?
Okay, let me answer a couple of things that you said.
Yes.
First, I came here for the American dream, like everybody comes here
Yes.
to. Two, to give you some statistics about the police over here. There's 824 police officers in
Not many.
Fresno, and we have 20,000 gang members.
Right.
Okay, so it's a big issue. And what Chief Dyer did is he really worked with the community, started a lot of nonprofit organizations, because the problem, you cannot solve it by fighting the problem, so we're working with the symptoms on top.
Right.
But he realized that to solve the problem, we need to go to the root of the problem, the cause of the problem, and work from there. So he is involved in a lot of nonprofit organizations, and he created a lot of nonprofit organizations working with the community.
Okay, good. I know, we do. I belong to the Bringing Back
Yeah.
Neighborhoods.
Yes,
That's
yes,
one
yes,
of them.
yes, yes.
And I think he's gotten real close with Marjorie Mason Center. That
Yes,
was started
yes.
by another lady that
Yes.
family group,
Yes.
their daughter was murdered,
Mhm.
and that's grown over the years. I think that was started in the 80s, a little bit before I left or something like that. And he's also involved with the children, different children, are big brothers, big sisters is one of the ones that he's involved with. What other ones?
Fresno PAL, Fresno,
PAL, that's right.
PAL.
Right.
And the chaplaincy is another one he started too.
Yes.
With Rodney Lowry.
And his purpose there was to get, not say religion, but the churches more involved as they were before. When I was growing up, we had a lot of
Yes.
churches involved. We had Victory Outreach. They were dealing with people that had alcohol problems and things like that. There was, I think there were a few battered women associations there, not very much, not like we have now today. But we have to remember, our population has boomed.
Yes. I want to say about Fresno chaplaincy. They're practically in every school today in Fresno.
That's right.
And they have a curriculum to follow. So it is not about religion. They
No.
don't talk about religion. So even though they're religion-based, but they're following curriculum and they're not bringing the religion to the school. So I need to make
That's
that clear.
right, right.
Because that's going to cause
Wanna
issues
be
with certain people.
Yeah. Right. And we're not promoting that. We're just saying that they're there as a support system
Yes,
within the
that's what they are.
schools when something occurs that shouldn't be in the schools.
Yes, yes.
Craziness, and we all know what that craziness is. Those people are there to support, to keep people calm, and be a shoulder to cry on, and that kind of thing.
Yes.
Right. And he's using that same group for when they have this trafficking also and
Human
different-
trafficking.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Now you got to know the chief over time because of your business.
For many years, because I'm too involved in the community. And I believe everybody that's lucky enough to have a business and to have time, they need to give back to the community they live in, because most people think that, hey, that side of the city, it's not mine because I live on this side of the city. And for me, if that side of the city is suffering, that means you are suffering. If you don't provide that side of the city with the better education, with the job opportunities, with the proper environment, and they come to your side and they commit the crime, you cannot blame them. Because for me, I say if somebody committed a crime, the victim is as responsible of the crime as a person that committed it. Because when you put that person in the corner and they have nothing to do and they want to survive, then you give them no choice. We gave them no
You
choice.
push them in a corner, right?
So we are responsible for every person in the city. We need to give back. So if we are lucky enough to have what we have, we need to give back.
need to help each other.
We need to help each other.
That's
it.
right, hand in hand. I mean, that's the only way you grow. And this community, I don't know if anybody watches license plates, but I do. And we're getting a lot more from all over the world. It's not just one place. We're getting from Alaska, Arkansas, all over. You know, when we had the Katrina, a lot of people came from that area here. So we have a lot of, we're all in some way connected. Doesn't matter what part of the world you're coming from, right?
So let me give you another thing then. I'm too humanitarian, so I'll talk like this.
There you go.
Most people think that we're human beings and we're having a spiritual experience. And I say we are spiritual beings and having a human experience. So we start as spiritual, we are all connected. When someone else is suffering, we are suffering.
Yes, yes, okay. And with that in mind, when you saw some of the things that were happening around your car wash, what was your first thought?
You know, so let me tell you background about the car wash and all the problems we had. Not really a car wash, the whole area that we're on. We're on Blackstone. So our association is on Blackstone between Shield and Ashland. And we have about 70 members today, part of the association. But it was really hopeless. We didn't believe that it could be fixed. We had like an average on my car wash, people were breaking in about 10 times a month. On one rainy day, we weren't open, they broke in 4 times in the same day.
Wow.
This is how bad it was. So the second we closed at 5:30 at night, all the homeless people used to come and sit at a car wash. So I had the guy next morning to come an hour before we opened just to kick everybody out and to clean the area. Daytime when we're open, we had in our business prostitutes, we have the pimps, we had homeless people sitting in the area, waiting area with the customer, and we had to be there all the time kicking them out. So it was hopeless. We didn't think that could be fixed. So I went 2016. I went to end of 2016. So I went to Chief Dyer and I said, you know what, I can't take it anymore. I need to move. I mean, all my neighbors, the businesses closed down. New owners came in multiple times in the last few years, and we cannot take it. We cannot open because when we talk, and I go to Fresno, I talk a lot to different places, speak, and then people come to me and say, hey, where's your car wash? I want to go to you. And then I used to tell them where it is, and their answer was, oh, no, I don't go to that area. So this is how bad it was. So when I talked to Chief Dyer, he said, don't worry, we just opened an office in Manchester, and we're going to clean this area. And then Captain Cooley really all the captains are very good, but Captain Cooley is a very good friend of mine today too. And he really worked with us to clean the area, but also the code enforcer. So I had direct contact with the code enforcer, Richard Salinas. And he worked different than, honestly, he took it personal. So we, the whole community became his friends, he became our friends, and he was helping us going way above and beyond to make sure that we clean our area.
Okay. Well, let's get back to this. So you went and talked to Chief Dyer. He says he's getting his force down by Manchester. We got that. So when you say he said we're cleaning up this area, did you guys talk about how you were going to go about cleaning the area?
Yes. So they called the code enforcer, Richard Salinas. So it was Chief Dyer that called the code enforcer, said, hey, we need you over here to clean the area. So the problem in the area was from all the hotels were full of prostitutions. We have a wellness center in the area that also was causing the problem. So the code enforcer, when he came, he put rules for the hotels. They cannot have people to stay long stay. They cannot have them stay short stay. He forced them to build fences and put gates and security, and he enforced that and checked on them, and he forced a lot of actually hotels to sell. Either you repair, or you're going to sell, or you're going to be fined. So that was the first step he did.
So last week we had the Fresno Clovis Tour Convention group here, and their idea is to, we're a destination. We want people to come and stay. So when you say, let's be clear, so when you say they made rules for them not to stay a long time. You mean to use it as a housing facility,
yes,
like
yes,
a
yes.
long-term housing.
Yes, yes.
Vacationers are fine, 1, 2,
Yes.
3 weeks, as long as they're mobile.
Yes.
Okay, and then the other thing about the fencing was to keep the people from just sleeping
Yes.
on their driveway.
Yes, yes.
Correct?
And he also stopped the short stay, which is 1 hour, 2 hours, so that was gone too.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the short stay I was
That's
talking
a short
about too.
stay. Okay, yeah, let's define it so
Yeah,
people
yeah,
don't
yeah,
get
yes,
confused.
yes,
Okay, so that, and how long did that take?
So about
Couple years?
within a year, we cleaned the area, because now what we have on Blackstone, we have
Okay.
our own security patrol, which is armed security patrol.
Okay.
So they patrol at night between 12 midnight and 5 in the morning. And they go to every small business
Okay.
that participate, because we pay them money.
Okay, so your association pitches in money together so they can hire the patrol?
We have every small business pay them directly, so we
Okay.
don't have to be involved in it.
Oh,
but
okay.
we made a deal with it's called Fast Security. It's you need to look at this area as one business.
Okay.
And then you're going to take a little bit from each one of us.
Okay.
So from 12 midnight till 5 o'clock, every hour on the hour, they go to every business. They walk it. They make sure everything's clean, no homeless, nobody sitting there. Otherwise, they kick them out.
Security is in place, okay.
So in the morning when we open, the whole area is clean.
Good, okay.
We also, I said, we have a wellness center there. So the wellness center was one of the problems in the past. But 2016, 2017, when we talked to them with the code enforcer and the police and Captain Cooley, they are on the board with us, and they are what's the word I'm looking for? They are good for the community. They are part of the community. So what they have today, they have volunteers that go out 3 times a week, and they clean the area. They pick up all the trash.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so they became integral part of our community and our association too.
Okay, so it sounds like your associates on the with the Blackstone area merchants.
Yes.
Some of the things that I heard the other day when we went out to one of your meetings was the facades. They keep the facades clean
yes,
now.
yes, yes,
And they
yes.
have the guards. And what were some of the other things they started doing?
You know, let me tell you, before we started the association, we didn't even know our neighbors. So now we know everybody. So we have like a business watch. Everybody knows everybody. We have our own channel that we can communicate with each other. We have our text, so we can, if I see a homeless person right there, that person next to the store, they will call the police. They will call me. I will call the police. They will talk to the neighbor. They will call the police. So we have multiple calls going in.
Okay.
To,
so when
to
you
resolve
say
the
you have
issue.
your own line, what do you mean?
Well,
Like
we
you
have-
communicate Gmail or something?
We have, it's called Base Camp, where we're all in Base Camp, and then we can put our messages and everybody stays in contact too.
Oh, okay. So it's some kind of
It's an online.
Walkie-talkie?
It's an online internet that we would send messages to each other.
okay. So it's quick messages and
Correct. Yes,
separate and
yes,
apart,
yes.
so you know that that's like the red phone
Yes.
on Batman. Get the red phone, right? Okay. Okay. So people can kind of understand we're trying to convey this because the people on Ventura, they have the same problem.
Yes.
If they start a little association and have the code enforcement go over there, we could do the same thing
Yes.
and that repeat, duplicate what you've done.
Yes.
There.
So let me clarify something.
Sure.
On any given day, for example, in Central Blackstone, where we are, there's 8 police officers only to cover 100,000 people. So the police officers don't have the time to do this.
No.
Okay, when they have the time, they'll come, but it is not priority for them. So what I say is, you can change anything you want in life if you're willing to do it. So you need to get together as a community, and then you need to contact the police and say, what can we do? You need to contact your council members, say, what can we do?
Okay.
And have them know that you are a big community, we are a power in this area, and we need you to listen to us. We're willing to work, but we also need your help too.
Yeah, you need to be together.
Yes.
Okay, so Shields to Ashland
Yes.
is not one whole district, so you must be working to get your association to cover that. What district is that? 7, 5?
Well, we call it Central Blackstone. This is what we work with.
Oh,
It doesn't
okay.
matter. So it is all part of Central Blackstone, where Captain Cooley is.
Okay, but my point is, you're going to continue growing the merchants within that area.
We're going
correct?
east or west of Blackstone too, and that's
Okay.
how we get 70 people. And we're going beyond the borders that we say, but the border is Shield to Ashland, but we're going beyond those borders.
Good, good. Okay.
But we still call it Shield to Ashland.
So you're still, it's kind of,
Yes.
how do I want to say?
Expanding
they see,
slowly,
yes, they have
slowly,
good
slowly.
results, so they see that, so they want to get
Yes.
on board. Okay, get on board the ship.
And if we need people from the other areas, if they want to participate and work with us, we will help them. I will
Okay.
personally help them. But I cannot expand it so much because we're only limited number of people.
Right, so it's better to keep it area to area,
Yes.
so that's a controlled area, in other
Yes,
words.
yes, yes.
Okay, good. So right at this point, say your name and give a phone number or a contact information. So if other people, business people and other business district areas like yours, similar to yours, needs someone to help,
Okay.
please let them know what your name and contact information is.
My name is AJ Rasami, Rassami, and my phone number is 559-284-1919, 559-284-1919, and my email address is aj@carwashfresno.com. It's aj@carwashfresno.com.
So now, this has taken over 2.5 years to do this?
2 years, end of 2016 we started.
Okay, so
17,
2 years.
18. Well, yeah, it's 2.5
That's not
years
bad.
now. It is
That's
2.5
not
years,
bad.
yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
And you're still having the same amount of police force. Now we're going to get together with the broken neighborhoods,
Mm-hmm.
bringing back broken neighborhoods, which is a great organization, and start to have little, like we do little fundraisers, we do like community get-togethers, so people can get out
Yes.
within that district, not only the business people, but now we're going to bring in the neighborhood people, and so everybody gets to know each other. Now, if everybody knows each other by sight, by name, and or just by sight, they know that you're supposed to be there, that cuts some of the crime, because if you
Yes,
see
yes.
a different person that doesn't belong,
Yes.
then you're communicating on your red phone saying, who's that? What's going on? Right?
So let me clarify. What we did,
Good.
we cleaned our area. I think our area today on Blackstone is the cleanest area on Blackstone and the safest area. We really don't have any crime happening in our area anymore. But what we did is, again, we work with the symptoms. We kick people out. So the cause is still there, and that's the city is responsible to fix that problem, not us. But what we did is we cleaned our area.
Yeah, but the aesthetics helps 100%. I
Yes,
mean,
yes, yes.
And also keeping the communication amongst all the business people,
Yes.
because that's an investment. I don't know why people sometimes are confused. They think business owners are rich. Guess what? Not true. They have, in order for them to even have enough money to pay their own salaries, they have to work 3 times
Yes.
the amount of time that a normal person works. So having been a business owner, I created a business from scratch,
yeah.
and it took 3 years to get it grounded, 6 years before I sold it. I had 50 employees. It is difficult because you have to pay your taxes, and if you're on the
Yes.
payroll, you pay double taxes.
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes, yes,
so
yes, yes.
people, really, to have a business owner in your area that cares and is watching all around them, that's really great security for you, because in the neighborhood, that means that you're going to have your situation where it's because you have customer service. You're worried about your customers coming in.
Yes.
You don't have a business if there are no customers.
Yes, yes. And what we're doing now, we're working with Ross Clark to create a business watch daytime in our area. So we're going to have the night security guard, and we're going to have business watch daytime too. So we're going to keep the area very clean. And I want to say, the code enforcer, he is unbelievable. He always goes above and beyond. Whenever I need something, I say, look, we have this issue over here. He is right there to help us. He goes way above and beyond to come and help us.
Okay.
And I would say the whole police department, I mean, Captain Cooley, Captain Salazar, I deal with Chief Dyer, Captain Burke. I mean, everybody is very good, and they want the best for the city.
Oh yeah, I've met quite a few, and they're
Yeah.
very good, very personable, but they're very, just like the rest of us, concerned. I mean,
Yes.
all of this killings, the children being hurt, driving fast down a busy road and killing this poor man the other day. I mean, this is senseless. These are things that are all manageable, okay? So I hope that some of the business owners in other areas will call AJ, and you know, we need to do our own crime fighting and help each other. That is the only way that we're going to get the house back in check, the city back in check. It's the house, right? We need to protect.
Yeah.
We need to protect ourselves. And I mean, the officers are there to serve and protect us, but when it's so unbalanced, we have to do our part.
Yes.
Now, I know that Mary, I'm going to have her on for Neighborhood Watch, because similar to Neighborhood Watch, you're going to have a business watch.
Yes, yes.
Now, that might be something that other business people would be interested in doing.
The business watch, we're going to have walkie-talkie, we're connected directly to the police station. So we're working on that. We've been working on it for a while, but it's going to happen hopefully soon.
Okay, a lot of really good ideas.
Yeah.
Now, the reason I brought AJ on is because we wanted to share this information with you, but also since he now has gotten to know Chief Dyer and how Chief Dyer is really I met him the other day, he's a very down-to-earth fella. And he's been in the community quite some time, 40 plus years. And I think AJ has become very familiar with him, and you feel comfortable with him now. You feel like he would be a very good mayor. So you have written a little editorial as to why, well, replacement of Chief Dyer would be difficult.
Yes.
But then you have some added comments about why you feel he would be a good mayor. Why is that?
You know, he's been in this city for 40 years, and he's been the chief of police for 18 years. And I think if I read the editorial I've written in search of the new chief of police, I think that will give an idea. It covers that a little bit.
Go ahead, jump
Okay.
in there.
So this is an editorial I wrote, and it goes like this. After 18 years as chief of police, Jerry Dyer announced his retirement, launching the search of new chief. Mayor Lee Brandt said finding a replacement for Chief Dyer will be a big job and a very tough act to follow. Indeed, it is. Fresno has one of the highest poverty rates and unemployment in the nation. The meth epidemic in Fresno is twice the national average. Human trafficking and gang violence are also major issues. Chief Dyer realized that the only way to tackle the issues is by solving the root cause. This is why Dyer supported many community centers and initiated numerous intervention and prevention programs. Some of these programs are Fresno Police Activity League and Fresno Police Chaplaincy. These programs have proven to build a bridge between the community and law enforcement and to lower the crime in our city. Yet, these intervention programs are rarely featured by the media, making them the best kept secrets. Mayor Lee Brandt promised to engage the entire community in transparency to come up with the best qualified person for the position. Here is the result of my own community engagement. Hiring an outside candidate is the wrong choice and is harmful to the morale of the community and the police department. The next chief of police should be an internal candidate who is deeply rooted in community policing and has the support of our ethnic and cultural diverse city. Someone who has worked and supported these intervention and prevention programs and has a proven track record to fighting crime, engaging the community, and building trust. So I have a question for you. Who do you think is the most qualified applicant to step up after the tough act to follow and carry the torch running?
Okay, so there's food for thought. I hope we're going to get some background on some of these people.
Yes.
So are you going to be able to know some of those backgrounds?
Well, it should be public information with the city manager.
So if people want to check the candidates, have we have any names
Yes,
out
yes,
there?
yes.
Can you give us some of the names?
I cannot, I don't want to be involved in this.
No.
So I know
Do
who
we know-
applied. I mean, they're public information, and people talk about some. We know who applied, but again, what I said over here, it should be somebody local, somebody has proven record of working with this intervention prevention programs, and somebody that built a relationship with this community that we have.
With the community, with the
Yes,
people.
yes,
right,
yes,
right,
yes.
right. No, I don't disagree. They need to understand how everything works here.
And I don't think we should get somebody from the outside, because we tried that in the past, it didn't work.
Oh.
Two, when you get them, it's going to hurt the morale of the police, and then they don't have that relationship with the community, so it's going to take them a while to build that relationship.
Right.
So we need somebody that can act right away and continue what Chief Dyer started. Because since Chief Dyer took office as a chief, if you look at record, the crime in Fresno went down.
Oh.
You know, so we need someone that can carry
That's
that
important.
and continue.
That's important.
And what's important, what I said over here, it's he knows the problem is we cannot just work with the symptoms on top. We just fight crime, fight crime, fight crime. And Proposition 47 and 57 did not help. By the time they book somebody, put them in, before they write the report, that person is out. So that did not help. So what we have to do is work at the root of the cause
Right.
and try to solve it from there.
But this has been going on for some time, because when I left here, we didn't have this level of problem. And the thing is that I think that, well, first of all, these presidents that have been presidents for the last several years, I'm not, it's all of them to blame. Fresno, this Central Valley, should be getting more attention than any other valley around. We've been the breadbasket of the world since I was this high, okay? So this is nothing new. And for any of those presidents or any of our Congress people or any of those elected officials that we put in position to have left us behind like this in such a mess, it's shameful. Shame on you. Now, right now, in my opinion, what we need to do is we need to sit down and have a signature writing to the president that's in power now, telling them, hey, we need you to focus on the Central California area, which includes Bakersfield and Fresno. We should not be the poorest cities in the United States. Shameful. First of all, I understand, but this is my opinion, and I truly believe that during those 32 years, something got out of sync with the leadership. Because before, when I was growing up, everything was, how do I want to say, they protected us. Everything was in sync. Okay, you're coming from Simi Valley. I grew up here. So we need to get back to that community feel. And what you're doing now, it really, really focuses on those business areas. Without good customer service, everything looking nice, why would I want to shop there? Of course you're going to shop online. I see a lot of people shopping online here. And when somebody comes to shop and spend cash money at the businesses, that helps our infrastructure.
See, luckily they cannot shop for a car wash online, so that's something good for me. But what I want to say is we cannot just blame everybody else. We need to blame ourselves. We need to say, how can we take charge and solve this issue? And we shouldn't look to Washington. We should look to our mayor, to our council member. And it is our community.
Yes,
what can we do to help this community? And because it's a small community, we should not work as a Republican and Democrat. We should work as one Fresno. It is our community. How can we do what's best for our community?
That's another thing. How did it get to be this Twin City thing? That needs to go away. It's one Fresno.
One Fresno.
It's always been one
Yes,
Fresno.
yes.
And we need to, again, help each other. But we're in such dire straits now. I really feel like we need to get some of that federal money that we've been paying.
Well, of course.
My mother paid for 4 different rentals, and all that tax money goes into the bin.
Yes,
okay,
yes,
we
yes,
need
yes,
to start
yes.
getting a little step up, okay, to get in control of the situation. That's my point. I'm not saying that we need to have handouts all the time. I'm saying we need to get back in the game.
Yes.
We're not in the game right now. We're struggling. And they need to take note and say, okay, you have a housing crisis there, you have a homeless crisis there, you have drug crisis there. We need to focus on there, give them the money they need to get a step up and get in control. I mean, you're one person, AJ. Now, everybody doesn't think the same. And that's the problem. Everybody's going in different directions. We need to start being and acting like a community. It's not just because I was in Michigan or I was in Dallas, or you know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes,
you came here to live. You're part of the infrastructure. You need to work together. That's my point, no matter what.
Let me say, our Constitution says all men are created equal.
That's right.
Okay? And if you look at it, are we really equal?
No.
The person that born today, yes, and in the beginning, by the way, when it started, you know what it meant to be all men are created equal? You had to be white, male, Protestant, and landowner, by the way. And then they added the Catholic, then women got their rights, then black people got their freedom too. But today, even a person born today in the west side versus the east side, are they created equal? Are they born equal? They're not. The one on the west side may not get the same education, doesn't live in the same environment, doesn't have the same opportunities in life. So we have a long way to go, and the only way to change that, we can do it as a community.
That's right. We have to take control. We have to ask for help. We have to get, how do they say, get back on the saddle?
Yeah.
But AJ has wonderful ideas here. Please, I implore you to call AJ. If you want to start an association on Shaw Avenue, on the other side of Blackstone, your crime is all over the city, and we can help ourselves. Even in your neighborhoods, watch who's walking up and down the streets. Any break-ins, call. I mean, there is no excuse for this. You know, there's no excuse for the homelessness. There's no excuse at all. But again, not everyone thinks the same, and AJ has some good ideas. Let's use those ideas and let's build from there. And I still think we need a group letter. So thank you very much for watching. Be sure to tune in. Next week we have a dancer and an artist. That's next month's start. And on the 1st, we have the Yo Market. And we also are inviting you vendors, the food trucks. You can park right here on Calaveras. According to the Art Hop rules, we have space out here. You can park out there from 5 to 9 and sell your goodies, and there's no charge there. And on the sidewalk, vendors can set up there, as long as you're not crowding out the people that are passerbyers. So you can come there and set up for free. We're going to work on the Yo Market and try to build that up as a kind of a specialty area, and that's why we would charge for any spots there. We're not supposed to mention any. Anyway, you're getting the idea, I'm sure. So thank you very much. Check the Fresno Clovis Visitors Bureau list. There are lots of fun things to do, and have a very good weekend and stay out of the heat. Drink a lot of water. Watch out for your elders and your pets. Those poor little, I just saw a little lady. She didn't have any shoes on. I was crying while I was driving here. So please, if you have extra shoes and you see people out there without any, at least give them some shoes. Anyway, thank you. Thank you. Yo Soy Neighborhoods, Fresno. Thank you, AJ.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.